Before I started a YouTube channel, I actually spent a lot of time thinking about starting a YouTube channel. I wish I had spent less time thinking about it and more time doing the things that I'm going to talk about later in this video. Because since then, I have crossed over 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I have been amazed at the ways my life has been changed, even with less than 1,000 or even 500 subscribers. My goal with this video is to inspire you and encourage you to start your YouTube channel today. And if you stick around to the end, I will share with you the advice that I wish I had when I first started my YouTube channel. This is all the important stuff I learned, so hopefully it will save you a lot of time. So over the years of creating content, I have actually gotten a lot better at communication. Communication I describe as being able to articulate my thoughts and speak directly to the camera. When I first got started, I really wasn't that great. In fact, I was kind of timid in front of the camera. And that's not to say that I'm perfect now, but I've gotten a lot better. And so through this process of becoming a content creator and literally spending time in front of the camera, you will actually have the benefit of getting better at communication, which is going to apply to so many other aspects of your life, not just content creation. That's one of the major fears I think that people have, or they just aren't comfortable in front of the camera. So that's what keeps them from even starting along this journey. Even though in the beginning I wasn't that great, over time I've gotten a lot better and I've gotten actually more comfortable speaking in front of the camera, even in public places like this where there's people walking around. I'm just zoned in, focused on providing value for you. And so I actually challenged myself to get better at speaking to the camera. Let me tell you about it. I challenged myself to speak to the camera for 60 minutes a day for 7 days straight. I realized that if I wanted to get better at speaking to the camera, then I needed to spend more time speaking to the camera. And even after just 7 short days, the results were incredible. I realized that by compressing this amount of effort in a short period of time, I was able to grow much more than I thought I would. So if you want to take this challenge, I actually have a video up here that I'll be posting at some point in the future that you can check out and go through the challenge as well. But regardless, if you spend time in front of the camera, then you will get better at speaking to the camera, and that's going to help you in this entire content creation journey. In addition to communication, there are a lot of other micro skills that you will learn as you take on this journey as a content creator or YouTuber. So of course, if you're creating videos as a content creator, you're going to get better at video editing. You'll also learn to get better at storytelling, figuring out how to captivate an audience, take them through a journey so that they stay engaged in watching your content. That's also going to come from script writing, being able to write the right words in order to keep people engaged through your content. Also being able to generate good video ideas, ones that will have the potential to reach a lot of different people, but then also that will provide a lot of value. Of course, graphic design, when you're creating thumbnails for your videos or covers for your videos. You'll also pick up the skill of copywriting when it comes to writing descriptions or any type of text that goes along with your videos in the form of a social media post or something like that. That's copywriting. Next is time management. Of course, there's a lot of different things to do when it comes to creating content. And of course, you have your own life to live that you're probably managing. So being able to manage yourself and the tasks that you need to do helps you. And over time, you'll get better at managing your time more effectively. Also, project management. So being able to take one task from start all the way to finish. There's lots of different pieces along the way. So you'll learn to actually project manage some of the videos that you create. When it comes to audio engineering, that's when you're editing and you're fixing the sound levels, maybe applying some EQ or compression, getting those levels just right. You'll learn how to do that. Also, videography. You'll learn lighting, composition. Inside of videography and cinematography, being able to frame everything right and get the lighting in your scene, and personal branding. So this one is huge, especially on YouTube and in the creator economy. You're building a personal brand when you're putting videos out there. People start to associate you with your level of expertise or whatever it is that you're creating content about. And so you'll learn a lot about personal branding through this journey. Also, with metrics and analysis, the analytics that go along with every single video. You'll learn how to look at that, find out what the metrics actually mean, and when there's good signs and when there's good signals that you're performing well. Then also SEO, which is search engine optimization. That's all the metadata, what's called the tags, the keywords, the descriptions, the titles of how you make your videos more searchable and findable for people who are searching them on all the different search engines. Audience engagement. So as you are creating content, you will start to build an audience and you will learn how to engage with them, finding out what are their pain points, what type of content are they looking for, and how to provide that for them. Of course, problem solving. This is basically what this entire thing is solving a bunch of problems over and over and over again. And over time, you will get better at solving these problems and you'll be able to solve more complex problems. Marketing basics, being able to find a target market in your ideal client or your ideal viewer. You'll learn how to market yourself through creating content. And these are some of the basics when it comes to today's marketing. And of course, we already talked about it, communication. You might look at this list and feel a little bit overwhelmed, but actually it should excite you because all of these skills you will learn over time. You don't necessarily have to have all these skills to get started, but what you will find is that through the process and through this journey, you will start to pick up these skills. And the great thing is a lot of these skills will transfer over to other areas of your life. And so that's why I believe that content creation, being a YouTuber, is one of the best journeys that you can take for your personal development because you get to learn so many different skills like this. These are some of the skills that I've been able to pick up along the way, and you will too if you take on this journey of being a content creator. So another reason to start a YouTube channel is that it has the potential to build what I call the 3 freedoms. The 3 freedoms are time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. Now let me break down each one of those so you know exactly what I'm talking about. How I define time freedom is being able to do the work that you need or want to do whenever you want. You can spend the morning, afternoon hanging out with your family, working out, enjoying life, and then spending the entire night working on your work, or you could do the complete opposite. Next would be location freedom. That to me is basically being able to do the work that you need to do or want to do wherever in the world. So you can do it at home, you can do it on vacation, you can do it halfway across the world and still get the work done that you need to do. The third is financial freedom. And I just simply define that as being able to make money while you sleep and then building that up enough to take care of your financial responsibilities and obligations. With that being said, YouTube can literally change your life with these 3 freedoms. And for me, I'm not necessarily at that place. I have been able to build a little bit of each one of those 3 freedoms, but I'm nowhere near what the potential is to have time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. But over time, I know that will continue to grow. And that's why it makes it so worth it to invest in starting a YouTube channel. And for so many people, this is the main reason why, one of the main reasons why they even get started in the first place. So I would say there are 3 categories of making money as a content creator or a YouTuber. The first is making money on the platform. The second would be selling your own products or services. And the third is selling other people's products and services. Let me break those down for you each one by one. So when it comes to making money on the platform itself, YouTube is one of the best that's out there. Everybody knows about Google AdSense or being able to make money from your views. And once you're monetized, meeting the requirements of 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, then you can start making money through YouTube and the ads that they play on your video. In addition to that, you can also make money through memberships. So you can set up private memberships for your YouTube channel and pay people to subscribe to that for a monthly fee. Then there's also what they call supers, which are super chats, super thanks, where people can basically donate to you or thank you for creating the content that you create. And in the future, YouTube is going to start rolling out more ways to monetize through paid communities and courses. So I really think that they're focusing on how to help the creator make money. That's why I think it's one of the best platforms to be creating content on, because they understand if the creators make money, then they'll make money. When it comes to selling your own products and services, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Of course, you can sell your own physical product and ship it to your customers, but you can also offer digital products, which can be in the form of courses or downloads, resources. You can even coach people and mentor them through one-on-one or group coaching, or even a paid community. Also, if you have a service that you provide, if you have a skill, you can also offer that to your audience. And I think that YouTube is one of the best places to actually build that audience, let them know of the products and services that you have for your business. And that's another way that you can monetize your YouTube channel, even if you're not earning money through the actual on-platform monetization methods. There's a lot of creators and entrepreneurs who have a business on the back end of their YouTube channel, and they use YouTube as a way to generate leads for that actual business. And if you do this well, it can be really profitable for you. Now, you can also sell other people's products in the form of affiliate marketing and brand sponsorships or brand deals. So you probably have seen many creators on YouTube and other platforms say, if you want to buy such and such product, hit the link down in the description below. So what that is affiliate marketing. And basically what that is you as a creator or an influencer get to make a small commission from selling someone else's product or service. So that link that they always reference to, that is a specific link from whatever affiliate program selling a certain product, and that's unique to the creator. So if you click that link and you make a purchase, then the creator will make a small commission with no extra charge to you, and that creator will make money. So if they recommend the products and services that they love, then they can start to build an affiliate income with that. And I mentioned brand deals and sponsorships, which I just consider affiliate marketing on steroids, which brands will specifically pay you larger sums of money upfront or over a period of time to promote their brand or product or service over time. So you've probably seen creators as well say, this video is sponsored by fill in the blank. That's a brand deal or a sponsorship. And if you build an audience of an ideal viewer or avatar, brands will want to specifically work with you because you have curated an audience that they want to target by selling them their product or service. And with more and more money coming into this influencer marketing space, there is not a shortage of opportunities for someone like you to make money, even with a small audience working with brands. And while I haven't done any major brand deals on this channel, I have done lots of affiliate marketing, and I've gotten some inquiries through my email, just cold emails, people reaching out to me to want to work with me, offering free products or free services if I promote them in some of my videos. And what's great is that you can do a mix of all three of these categories to really build your income and build that time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom that you're looking for. So one of the other ways that having a YouTube channel has changed my life is being able to travel to a lot of different places that I would never imagine that I would go to. And even a place like here in Las Vegas, I've been able to frequent multiple times. And so having a YouTube channel just opens up the door to more opportunities to travel, to create content. And for me, I'm someone who likes to travel. In fact, if I was to design my perfect day, it would include traveling someplace new, creating content, and being out in the sun. And I was able to do more of that just by having a YouTube channel, by creating content. So if you're someone who likes to do that as well, then I highly recommend that you find ways to open up doors through your content to be able to travel to different places like Las Vegas, the British Virgin Islands, to Europe, to LA, any place that you want to go, there's a way that you can incorporate creating content around that. This reason has changed my life, and it can probably change yours as well. One of the other things that YouTube has allowed me to do was speak on stages. Just by having content out there, people would see me as an expert in a certain particular field or lane, and they would invite me to actually share that message and share that content with other people in a live setting, in a virtual setting. I know this might not be for everybody. Public speaking isn't something that comes naturally to everyone, so I understand that. But even with a small YouTube channel, under 1,000 subscribers, some of these opportunities came my way, and I was actually really surprised by that. So for you, in whatever subject you are an expert in, don't be discouraged. In fact, be encouraged to know that these opportunities to speak on stage in front of groups, online or in person, can come your way just by publishing content on YouTube. It certainly has happened for me, and so I know that it can happen for you. One of the other things that I really enjoy about this entire process, it's allowed me to have creative freedom where I get to create different things that I want to create, even though what the most important thing is that I'm making content that's valuable to the viewer, to you. And hopefully some of this content does resonate, and there's a balance between what I like to create and also what's valuable to you. And while having less than 1,000 subscribers is just one step in the journey and one of the early steps, I totally believe that this will continue to grow and resonate with more people as time goes on. So I'm really excited when it comes to this because I want to continue to grow it. It's been great so far. I love it. It's really something that I put time and energy into, and I forget about time and space. I can spend a lot of time invested in it without worrying about when is this over, when is this going to be done. Oftentimes I feel a release of hormones and dopamine and neurotransmitters and all the scientific stuff of like just that feel good, like, man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Once you find that, take inventory, take note, because oftentimes you'll find more and more success as you naturally want to invest time and energy into whatever that thing is. So as promised, I wanted to give you a few pieces of advice, things that I wish I knew when I first started out on YouTube, so that hopefully you can have results and be more successful even faster. Number one is that you can't control your outputs. You can only control the inputs. What does that mean? That means that you might have a goal of going from 0 to 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers, but that's not something that you can 100% control for. What you can control are the things that you do. Those would be the inputs. So creating YouTube videos on a consistent basis, identifying what the audience wants, identifying what ways that you can improve your videos. Those are all things that you have control over. So the advice is to focus on those types of things, the things that you can control. Otherwise, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment if you're unable to reach your goal. And that's not to say that you don't have milestones of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers, but focusing on the things that you can control, that's what's gonna allow you to stick in this YouTube game long enough so that you actually do succeed. Another piece of advice that I would give myself when I first started out on YouTube was that more is better than better. So what does that mean? When you're first starting out on YouTube, or if you're new to content creation in general, you're probably not that great at creating videos. But the tendency can be to try to make every video that you put out to be the absolute most perfect video possible. At least this was my approach. And if you're like me, this was actually not that beneficial. When I actually switched my focus to creating more videos, so more quantity over quality, that's when I actually got better at creating videos. So my advice to someone new just starting out, and to my old self, is to focus on maybe 1 or 2 aspects of the video, and there's lots of them in the entire content creation process. And at some point in the future, I'm gonna put a video right up here that you can check out of all the different ways that you can improve your video. But until then, just focus on 1 or 2 things at a time and get more videos out. I'm telling you, this absolutely changed the game for me. You can only learn to swim by swimming. You can't learn how to swim by reading a book on swimming. So the more reps that you get, the better that you will become. This leads me to the next piece of advice that I would have wished I knew when I first started out on YouTube, and that is the faster you iterate, the faster you learn. When you're creating content, when you're making videos, the beautiful thing is this is a process that you continue to get better and better at. And each time that you create a piece of content, you're going to learn something new. If you're able to iterate or create videos often, then you'll be able to learn a lot faster. Let's say someone goes through the process of creating 4 videos in a month. That's pretty good, once a week. But let's say that same person was able to go through creating 20 videos in that month. Chances are that the person who created 20 videos would learn a lot more than the person who only created 4. Now, that's not to say that any one of those videos were better than the other, but just the process of creating videos and iterating your entire process is going to help you to learn faster. There's going to be things that you learn each and every time, and with repetition, that's when you get to continue to grow. I would try to create videos to be absolutely perfect, but what that was doing was keeping me from growing in different areas. I was actually learning a lot more by doing and creating, so the more times that I was able to repeat that cycle, the faster that I would learn. This is especially important if you're just starting out on YouTube or creating content. You're in the baby stages of figuring all of this out, but through the process of continuing to create video after video after video, you will be surprised at how fast you grow. In just a short couple of months, you probably will be looking at your first videos and almost cringing because you know that your videos that you're now creating are better than the ones that you started out creating. That's a sign of growth, and that's a sign of you ultimately being successful and reaching the level of success that you want on YouTube. This next piece of advice is so important. Don't compare your start to someone else's middle. I needed to hear this more and more and more and more, especially before I got started on YouTube and content creation. This really comes down to comparison syndrome. There's so many people that you can compare yourself to that are out there who are doing the thing that you want to do already. And it's really easy to get into that trap of thinking that you're way behind them or they're so far ahead that you can't even start. Chances are there are people who you're looking up to, who you want to emulate, who you want to create content like, and they're in their middle of their journey. They're not towards the end, they're in their middle at some point, right? And you might be towards your start. You might be at the very beginning, or maybe you haven't even started yet. They probably have been investing a lot of time and energy into this entire thing. So you have to give yourself that same level of patience and give yourself time. Give yourself the opportunity to grow like they have. You're just getting started and they are in their middle. So that means they're further along in their journey and they've had more time and investment into creating content, which is great. But you just have to give yourself that opportunity as well and not get caught up in that comparison trap. That's something that I definitely have overcome. I've gotten a lot better at that. There's people who probably have started after me and are further along, but I just have to not quit. Because once you quit, that's when you technically fail. If you know that you can be successful at something, you know what you need to do to be successful. As long as you don't quit, then you won't fail. You will only learn. Next piece of advice that I would give to myself when I was just starting out on YouTube is understanding YouTube analytics. YouTube is probably one of the best platforms out of all the social media platforms when it comes to the analytics and the information and data that they give you native on the platform. So you want to take advantage of this because there's a lot of things that you can uncover about your content and your audience just by taking a look under the hood in the YouTube analytics. So there's a few things that you need to know when it comes to the YouTube analytics and what to look for. And in the future, I'll put a video up here where I break down each of the video analytics and the different metrics that you want to look for when it comes to your videos and measuring that data inside of YouTube analytics. But just as a brief summary and explanation, what you want to look for particularly is how well your videos are performing. The two metrics that you can use to measure that is average view duration or average percentage viewed and the click-through rate of your video. And that is totally in line with YouTube's goal, which is to get people to watch videos and stay on the platform longer. This next piece of advice a lot of people need to hear, and that is that equipment is not the most important thing. Let me break this down. When you get started on YouTube or content creation, a lot of people get excited or even worried about what type of equipment do they need to actually create the content. For me, I was someone who was super excited about content. I love video, I love cameras, I love image quality, video quality, trying to get the best image possible. But what I found was that even though you could have some really great tools, they're not what makes the content. That's why I said it's not the most important thing. Now, don't get me wrong, having the right tools actually makes the content creation process a lot more efficient and even more enjoyable. But having just the best camera available to you doesn't mean that you're going to be creating the best videos possible. I had to overcome this misconception and this myth because I thought that the better the camera I had, that means the better videos that I would create, or that I would create more videos. In fact, I have the Sony a7 IV right here in my hands in my camera bag, and I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 more than this camera. And I've had the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for actually over 6 months now, and I've spent more time using that camera than this one. Now, this camera is way better when it comes to image quality, its capabilities, and just overall performance. But I find that using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 to be way more fun, and actually I create more videos with this camera. I actually brought both cameras out to the park with me to create this video, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but I ended up using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 way more often and for this entire video. Camera equipment is not the most important thing. I will say that it is important to have the right tools. You do want to have something that has good image quality. You want to have something that allows you to capture and create content, but not at the expense of your dollar, right? Or at the expense of you not creating video or not knowing how to use it.
If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit a thumbs up. Also, if you want to learn more about how to grow on YouTube and content creation, check out this video right here. And for more videos in the future, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.